learning centre setup is very different from a normal classroom. In a normal classroom, you would have set desks that could only sit 2 students or 1 student, and they would be in a set format that can never change, so that every class in there would be subjected to the same seating environment pretty much. In a learning centre, what you have is a recognition of the different learning styles of everybody. By having the different zones, by having an area where you can shut off from other students and work independently on your own, it's just as important as providing students with a zone where they've got to do a group task.
They can sort of make their own choices while they are in the learning centre, which is actually teaching them how to navigate the spaces around here and make those choices for themselves in terms of the 3 different zones, which we refer to as the collaborative zone, the semi-collaborative zone, and the focus area. So you will see students, depending on the goals that they have set for themselves, they will be coming to the various areas there. So they may be working independently, they could be working with another individual, or maybe in a larger group supported by a teacher.
The students assist each other in a great way in the Learning Centre. We all bounce and share ideas off each other, and which helps you understand a subject better, or helps you become more knowledgeable about something.
These students are able to learn at their own pace according to whatever project they're working on. They're designed similar to the office environment where our students, of course, are heading. When they leave school, they'll be going into the business area, and this really models a good modern business environment in a modern office of today.
The students in charge of their own learning. You learn your lifelong skills when you leave school, and you can work in any environment. Self-discipline, making yourself work when there's no teachers around, helping others. You learn while you're teaching others in the study zone, you teach yourself. It's actually quite awesome.
Peer tutoring always helps both parties. It's not one way, it's always both ways. And we strongly believe in visible learning part of the teaching and learning. So when a child teaches another child, he actually is learning and internalizing way more than if he had actually studied it on his own. So it works really well, and we encourage them to either peer assist each other at the end of a task, and they ask questions and mark each other, or they can just help each other and work collaboratively.
Yeah, so video conferencing is a system that allows us to teach students that are face-to-face in front of us and students that are located elsewhere, so that they can have access to a subject specialist that may not be present on that campus. It's amazing how you can build a relationship with students over a television screen, and how they can build up a relationship with you, because you're still passionate about your subject and you're still talking about it and delivering it with passion, and that comes across on the TV as well.
Moodle stands for Modular Object Orientated Dynamic Learning Environment. What we do is I put work on Moodle so that they can look at tutorials that I've posted on Moodle. They can look at what work I've done. They can keep up with the topics. They'll know when the assessments are.
Yeah, well, the learning centre is probably like a bit of a positive working atmosphere, and when you come in you feel like you want to get heaps done.
What I like the most is that I can work at my own pace, and because I struggle a little bit in class, in the learning centre, I can go over work that I've been struggling on and have the teachers' support in the learning centre, and also be able to ask my peers for help.
Well, there's more encouragement. There's more of a willingness to learn. The mood of the whole study zone is positive.
I would say that students are approaching education in a more responsible way as being in the learning centre. They realise that this space is for them. They realise that this space is for learning. It's really at the hub of the campus. So when a student enters the learning centre, they become very responsible for their own learning. They become very self-led in terms of their time and their tasks that they have to do.
The Learning Centre is designed to support the self-directed learner, so that they have to cope and manage themselves surrounded by other people. They have to choose what the work zone that's appropriate for their learning task is. And so they have to look at their work schedule, their targets, their goals, work out what they're going to be doing when, and then pick an area to study in that meets those requirements. In consequence, the plan is that they'll be able to use those same skills when they're out in the workforce.